bending down at the waist. Fukumai's bow, mixed with her tall stature and proper etiquette, can pack a punch.
I'm sorry. I invited Nike-chan too, but she said she had Kenjutsu training and ran off somewhere.
It's fine. I'm just glad that you showed up, Fukumai.
I tried.
Yes. Her expression makes it obvious that she's eager to be complimented. I reach over to her without thinking. I pat Fukumai high on her head. She twitches for a moment and then closes her eyes in bliss. Whoops. I shouldn't have gotten so close when she's not even my sister. But seeing the satisfied Fukumai make it seem strange if I apologized for it.
So, Nini, Nisan, why did you call everyone here?
Well, about that, Hachiroku?
Yes, Maitetsu-sama.
Suggested plan for 8620 repair, reveal, and steam, shochu, manufacture, and sale. With the advice of Macaroni, I compiled everything I could think of into some documents, with Hachiroku's now passing out.
Oh, this is interesting.
Fukumai instantly gives her approval, while Hibiki wears a glowering expression on her face.
Paulette, how do I read this? It's Koji malt, so it's for shochu. It's an ingredient then.
Reina reads one character at a time, while Paulette reads the whole document carefully. Paulette soon raises her head with the glittery eyes. She suddenly blushes bright red and then shakes her head side to side. She takes a deep breath, looks over the documents again, and sips her water slowly to bridge the gaps.
This is a good plan. I think it will work. From the repair of 8620, it can be a partial public enterprise.
She suddenly closes her mouth. She looks at the documents again and nods.
Yep, with this plan, the repairs can be partially funded with existing subsidy allotments from the city.
Oh, that would be helpful. Even if the subsidies are small, if we have the approval of the city, that's enough to gain public trust and make it easier for people to join in the effort. The top priority is to increase public awareness, and then to have as many citizens as possible involved with the repair. I summarize the main points of the plan to everyone. 8620 will be seen as the steam locomotive of Ohotoyo. If we can make that connection, 8620 will become the flagship of Ohotoyo's tourism revival.
Our town's very own steam locomotive?
Still frowning, Hibiki mumbles to herself.
So Nini, Nisan, you're telling me to draw the steam shochu's label, knowing that I'm for the factory?
I'm not trying to recruit you to our side. I don't mind even if you continue supporting the factory.
Huh?
Her expression seems both surprised and lonely at the same time. Reaffirming that she is bad with words, Hibiki thinks about each and every word internally. Having looked at Hibiki's illustrated maps, as commissioned by the bank, I knew for certain that everyone wished for the recovery of Ohotoyo.
Yes.
If our end goals are the same, then I thought that you can help us. Hibiki, your ultimate goal isn't to bring the factory here, right?
Well, I do think that bringing the aircraft factory here will be one method of economic recovery for Ohotoyo.
Yes.
So if economic recovery can happen without building the factory and taking risks, that would be ideal, but...
She admits that it's ideal, but trails off with that but part. I see. I'm starting to realize what Hibiki's hesitation is. Ever since she was young, Hibiki's been very obsessive in a certain way. In other words, she is clumsy with life in general. Hibiki, methods are just tools.
Uh-huh.
People tend to become attached to the tool they first pick. The love for the railways is respectable. With Pod and Prana and Tadroku waited watching Hibiki gives an ambiguous nod. But to become fixated on that and deny all other possibilities would be like the selfish Hatroku we first met. Perhaps being a little ashamed or sulking, Hatroku turns away. Hibiki realizes the meaning this time, nodding slowly. Hatroku called the Erica her mortal enemy, but now she admits their convenience and is thinking about coexistence. Now she even rides on my flight aircraft by herself. Hibiki shows that fact, or Hibiki knows that fact, so I'm sure the message can get through to her without any misunderstanding. The method is a tool. Just pick the most appropriate one that produces results. And if you can't decide which one is the most appropriate,
then use them all to get a good comparison.
Quietly and succinctly, Hatroku puts my words together.
A tool never wishes for their master to continue using them if they've become an inconvenience.
Reina nods to Hatroku's statements completely as a matter of fact.
If you cannot be useful for transport, then make yourself useful for tourism, or it can be melted back into raw materials and become useful in another way.
Her entirely emotionless voice reaffirms to me that Hatroku's a thing. Although she shares the intelligence of humans, no, her intelligence may even surpass that of many.
To be compared and tested is our fate, and if we are then chosen, there's no higher honor.
Compared? Isn't that cheating? I knew it. Hibiki's mulling that over. She cannot make a decision because of that obsessive part of her. But I can't acknowledge Hibiki's refusal to grow as a virtue. I somewhat understand how comparing them may be like cheating, but not comparing is equally like cheating.
Oh!
Hibiki's smart, she should know what I mean without me telling her. Not comparing will take away opportunities. You're stopping the thought process.
Stopping the thought process?
I want to take this plan to the bank. To Hosho Kisaki. Hibiki twitches. Her reaction affirms things. The logical and emotionally mainstay of Hibiki's support for the factory is Hosho Kisaki. I'm sure that Hosho Kisaki, without a doubt, will continue her support for the factories while still supporting our plan.
I guess. Kisaki-senpai will definitely do that.
Her hesitant eyes clear up. The cheerful light that I've always seen in Hibiki returns.
Nissan, I'll draw your Steam Shochu's label. I'll create the best one I can for you.
Alright, that'd be great.
Please don't thank me. We're siblings. No need for formalities.
That's right. Despite being adopted, she is still my sister, and although it may be late, I understand what Hibiki really wants. I'm counting on you, Hibiki.
Oh!
Rub, rub, rub. I pat Hibiki on the head wildly. Oh.
Nissan, you're messing with my hair.
But she didn't tell me to stop. This part of her hasn't changed since we were kids.
By the way, Satetsu-kun.
Yes? Hearing her sharp presidential voice, I stopped patting and straightened my posture.
I don't think regular people understand what sort of steam locomotive 8620 is just by looking at the numbers.
You're right. As for me, I truly felt its size and presence only when I saw it with my own eyes.
no matter how good the plan appears to be, I don't think people will really act unless they can feel it.
You're right.
That's why I thought about this. Before the repair takes place, how about we show it publicly first? I want to see it. I do.
A voice from an unexpected source pops up.
I've never seen a steam locomotive with my own eyes, so I'm pretty interested.
I'm sure Fukumai and people like her would think that. My generation's hardly seen them either, even when we were kids.
Nagi-chan would probably come if she could see the real thing. Nagi-chan is popular, so if she comes, lots of other people will too.
Fukumai blushes as she says that, but I find the meaning to be convincing. I see, so if Nagi invites her friends at school, the parents and guardians would naturally find out about it.
Yes. Word of mouth is very effective, especially in an old town like Ohatoyo.
I'm sure the parents and guardians are from various generations and backgrounds. Nagi and Fukumai's generation have never seen it. Old man Minakasa's generation must find it nostalgic. This spans 2, maybe even 3 generations. We may be able to involve the entire family. Our objective is to involve the entire town, so having students spread it by word of mouth is especially effective.
And if we have posters or flyers, I can also pass them out at the ship dock. Yes, and...
I see. Then we can advertise to the tourists and have them potentially return when 8620 runs again.
We'll prepare a survey at the showing for visitors so we can contact them later. We should put up lots of photos like of Daddy and Palette's Maitetsu friends. You're right, Reina. That's a wonderful idea. There should be lots of photos of the 8620 series running. Reina got complimented.
Ideas beget ideas, stimulating the debates. A healthy cycle is born from this. Considering the costs involved, I'd like to ask Hibiki to design the posters and flyers too.
I'll draw the key art and then make different variations of it before mocking up some layout ideas for the label posters and flyers.
Hibiki answers without hesitation.
That would minimize the amount of strain. I'll try to live up to your expectations, Nissan.
You sound dependable. Those words are from the bottom of my heart. Without even realizing it, Hibiki's become a professional in her line of work. Now, it's not just Hibiki. Palette, Fukumai, and even Reina all seem more like professionals now. They apply their experience and bring up good ideas one after another. Thank you. I bow. It feels like the natural thing to do. I will wait a while before lifting my head and turning to Hachiroku. There you have it, Hachiroku. If you're fine with it, I'd like to put 8620 on display before the repairs.
I've already told you.
Hachiroku's voice is calm. I don't see anything unusual about her complexion or appearance, but I completely understand. Revealing it before the repairs would mean exposing the scars of the accident.
8620 and I belong to you, Sotetsu-sama, as your operational resources, so naturally.
So you'll do as I ask? I understand that's your desire as things. Then it should be fine, the logical side of my mind tells me so. But I'm not the one with emotions. Hachiroku must have her own. To ask you again, do you wish to publicly display 8620 before its repair? The scars of the accident run deep. I can sympathize with it to a certain extent. The display will unbearably rub salt into the wounds of Hachiroku. It will delay the revival of 8620.
I already said, I am your thing, Sotetsu-sama, and...
You have the intelligence that makes you transcend ordinary things. I'm asking you about what you want.
My desire...
Her voice shakes. Her hesitation is further proof to me that there is a side of Hachiroku that transcends being a mere thing.
I can only say for now that my initial answer to you has not changed.
Those words come from Hachiroku's lips powerlessly.
Before I can say what it is that I want, thinking about it is difficult for me to begin with.
I see. I was the same way in the past. That's my first instinct, anyway. The guilt of involving your loved ones in an accident because of that, wanting something, what can be scary.
But I do know one thing. I know what 8620 wants.
Hachiroku's faces forward.
It definitely desires it, even if its scars are exposed to the public eye, even if it has to endure pain because of it.
She quietly ties words together with her head still down.
It will wish to pull cars once more, and carry passengers. I'm sure it wants that above anything else.
So lively! The 8620 Revival Prep display. At the venue, we hear lots of gosh darn. Do I have a, Take it back. Lots of echoing throughout the stone storage. Great.
Naki-chan, you're the livest one here. Come on, you have to be a little quieter.
So much stuff, and there's Yubishi. I want to eat shaved ice too. Shaking off Fukuma's warning, Nagi does what she wants. Quite literally, she doesn't listen. One by one, she looks into each of the shop stalls placed inside the stone storage. I can't decide what to eat. Grandpa tells me to get everything if you can't decide, huh? She suddenly stops and freezes. Nagi's gaze goes up before going even higher.
It's huge! Yep, it's big.
It's so large that she didn't even realize it until she got close to it. Nagi has her mouth open, dumbfounded, then turns to us as if she is pleading for something.
This is the train that we came to see? Yep, it's the steam locomotive. It's 8620.
Hachiroku stays silent while next to us. That's why I speak up with confidence, like an announcer in place of Hachiroku. Yes, this is the very first domestically built steam locomotive, the Honorable 8620 series top number units.
Top number? I don't know what that means, but it sounds cool. Nagi-chan, what's going on? You're looking at a steam locomotive? Wow, that's big. Oh.
Fukuma's back rounds again as she hides behind me. Whether Nagi notices or not, she goes over to the students and boasts.
It's no ordinary steam locomotive. It's Honorable top number 8620.
Great job in repeating what I said. She speaks louder than I can. Her parroting of my lines gathers attention and transmits to who I assume are her classmates.
What's that? What's that? Wow! What's a top number? That's, Fukuma-chan will tell you.
Fukuma phrases up at that moment.
I can't.
Yase-san is going to explain?
Why, you should be the one telling us, Nagi-chan.
Fukuma shrinks away even more. Her voice seems like it is about to disappear. Fukuma must always be like this at school, but if it's true, then this is where she must stand her ground. Are you sure about this, Fukuma? If you forsake her here, Nagi will be in trouble. Nagi has no way of explaining 8620. Hachiroku has been completely silent during the display venue. Pod is out with Reina right now, and Hibiki's trying to fulfill her own duty. Fukumai, calm down, and only think about business. Those are words I've told her before, to which Fukumai previously listened. So I repeat it again. This is advertisements as part of customer service. If your classmates come as customers, are you going to run away?
I won't run, yes.
She balls her head into a fist.
This is about my home, my mother, my work, so that the downstream boating business survives.
I hear the sound of her swallowing. Fukumai comes out from behind me. She takes a step while shaking, but it is one giant step for her.
Huh? Yase-san? I don't really know too much about it, but I am part of the 862 venue and planning. Huh? What plan is that? So this venue is supposed to be some kind of festival? Well...
Fukumai's back straightens up with every word she rings out while blushing. Nagi is also watching happily. Fukumai should be fine now. Oh, there you are, Sotetsu-kun. A calm voice, but a somewhat out of place one. I turn around to see old man Minakasa, the very definition of a nice elderly man. Oh, hello, Minakasa-san. Thank you very much for coming. Not at all. Old man Minakasa gives a gentle smile and turns to look around. I wasn't able to participate in the meeting, but I managed to make some time to come today. Just having you see it is an honor. However, haven't you seen 8620 already? I've seen it a few times before, but seeing it among people makes a difference. Yes, that's true. There should be 100, no, 200 people here. The stone storage is filled with the voices of people with 8620 in the center. Seeing it among so many folks makes me want to see it run once more. That's very reassuring coming from you. Nah, it's much more than that. It's nothing. Old man Minakasa is modest, but his contributions are extremely large. He has completely planned out the repair of the driving wheel and also introduced contacts to make the steam shochu. The senior citizens are all excited to help out because they are influenced by the work you're putting in. I've done nothing but drag everyone down. Now you're the one being modest. Hata-san, the boiler craftsman, spoke highly of you. He even wanted you to succeed him, Sotetsu-kun. The compliments are an honor, and I find them flattering. I did study boilers as much as I could because I wanted to learn and understand the heart of 8620. The steam shochu is still in its prototype stage, but the coal boiler is quite something. Thank you. I was wondering why he's so talkative today. It seems he's already had a few drinks. He was tanned from the furnace's fire, so I didn't notice that his face was red. By the way, where's the mayor? I want to give her my regards. She is currently out dealing with the increased train service. There seem to be many people wanting to participate in this event. Ah, so she's driving the diesel rail car. The mayor is so busy. Yes. I didn't realize it because she enjoys her duty so much, but Pot has been working non-stop. Once the repair and operation of 8620 can be completed, I hope that Hachiraku and I can produce her load.
Grandpa! Ramune! Buy me Ramune! 4 of them!
Nagi slips through the crowd and grabs at old man Minakasa's hand. Sure. Where are they selling it?
The shops all have the shochu store. I heard that the steam ramune tastes good.
Yeah. After agreeing to it, old man Minakasa is dragged away by Nagi to somewhere in the stone storage.
So, Hayase-san, is that Sotetsu Oni-san? Yeah. Oh, I get it. No wonder. I totally get it.
It's Fukumai. She's with the other students from earlier, following Nagi while glancing my way from time to time. I see. So that's why she wants 4 Ramune. That's good. Out of the 4 bottles, Fukuma enjoys one of them.
Sotetsu-sama.
Whoops, I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. It's alright. I was concentrating on taking... Oh, Sotetsu-kun. Oh my, thank you for coming today, Reverend Dakai. It's an honor. There is a camera in his hand. Seems that this person's love for the railways far surpasses that of an ordinary job. Of course I would come. It's been a while since I saw the inside of the stone storage. He slaps another photo for some reason. It's of the ceiling and then of the pillars. It seems as if he's trying to keep a record of everything. Reverend Dakai continues taking photos of every single part of the shed. You're not going to take photos of 8620? I already did. About 300 of them. Well, that's amazing. What type of internal storage does that camera of yours have? Not at all. It's normal. Actually, what about you, Sotetsu-kun? You're not good with the camera? Not in the slightest. He snaps another photo. It could be for his records, memories, or even to commemorate it. I have very little interest in doing that. Oh, that's right, ever since the accident. That's not good. If you are to become an engineer, you have to get used to using a camera. I see. That's logical. Understanding what that means instantly shows that Hachiroku's tutorship to become an engineer is working. Granted, after discovering 8620, Hachiroku isn't very motivated in playing the part of teacher. Whether it is the electric train or locomotive, you can only operate it with experience. Having records of the surroundings is effective for your training. Yes. I learned that already. Trains are heavily dependent on inertia. It will depend on the train weight, speed, and track condition, though. Even if the emergency brake is applied, it's possible that it won't stop for another kilometer. That's why I have to see and learn the brake position in addition to the acceleration and deceleration points. Correct. Reverend Dakai nods, satisfied by the answer. I understand fully the need to have records. Cameras. Considering the repair costs, I'd like to reduce the expenditures, but... Hina-san, the previous mayor, Paulette-san's father, was a bona fide lover of photographing railways. Yeah? The daddy that Reina mentioned was, when she was talking about photo displays, must be Pod's father. Pod is an expert on railway cars. She rarely uses cameras and keeps it that way. I'll talk to her about it, and thank you for your advice. I may have spoken too much. I get so talkative when my hobbies are involved. He makes a cross with his fingers and puts it over his mouth as if trying to say that he has no intention of saying anything further. Reverend Dakai then walks away. Click, click. Now he's taking photos of old equipment and the walls. This camera thing can be quite troublesome in itself. Hibiki?
Oh, Nisa! Nisan!
She must be that excited she keeps changing what she calls me. Yep. Oh, Kon, you're with Hibiki?
I'm with it.
Hibiki gently crouches down and catches the furball wearing the station master's uniform. Oh, looks good. It's quite the station master's dog. Yep.
You're wrong, Nisan. Khan is a fox, so it's a station master fox.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Prepare to make it the station master, but measured it and took a sewing machine to make the uniform. And during the measuring process, various bits of information were found that pointed to it being a fox. Thus it was named Kon. So that fox, Con, is the master, and you, a human, are the follower.
Of course, it's the station master, and I'm just a hired illustrator.
Vicky says it jokingly as she puts Con down on the ground.
It's so bustling right now that Con is nervous. That's why I was outside taking him for a walk.
Then who's watching the rail shop? Whoa! I quickly look at my watch. Hibiki giggles at the sight of me.
Nissan, you still have over an hour for yourself. I switched with Fukumai-chan for now.
Fukumai?
She's smiling, but she looks so tired, so she asked if she could watch the store for a little.
I see. So she was working quite hard.
What?
Yep. Possibly bored with us talking, Con begins pulling at the leash. Sorry to keep you here, Con. Hibiki, we'll talk later.
Okay, let's go, Con. Oh, wait, Nissan, Hachoku.
Midway into her stride, Hibiki turns back.
The shop stall for the railway shop is pretty interesting right now.
Interesting? What do you mean?
Yep. Stop with the yelping, okay.
You two sound identical.
Ha 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 ha.
Hatra lets out a small laugh at my stupid observation. It's the first time I've heard any semblance of joy from her today. She has been tense the whole time, but she seems to have relaxed a bit. How about it, Hachiroku? We'll look at the rail shop stall, or do you want to check out other places? After asking her that, Hachiroku looks around her surroundings anxiously.
What else? Oh, Sotetsu-sama, look at that.
Hachiroku points to a crowd of people. I can tell right away that there's something different about them. Oh, it's Hoshikasaki, and is that her friend next to her?
Are they from the bank? He looks good in that suit and glasses.
Seems like Kasaki's right-hand person. We're quite a distance away, so I can't hear what they're saying, but I realize something. So that's Hosho Kasaki, in her usual clothes. That sharp glare is far more threatening than any negotiating buyer.
The one with the glasses may be her secretary. He seems to be noting down something every time Kasaki-sama speaks.
I hope this has been something she's observing carefully. It certainly was worth sending her the invitation.
Will you be greeting her?
No, I shouldn't. It's not about her or her support for the factory.
Then what is it about?
A man and a woman are here together.
Oh.
Hachiroku looks toward Kasaki and her secretary, then looks back at me blankly.
Those two appear to be nothing but co-workers. I can't imagine them being lovers or anything of the sort.
But that's where you're naive. No matter how high her intelligence, Hachiroku is still a thing. The real lord. She is even denser than I am when it comes to subtleties of love and whatnot. When you approach a young man and woman, a couple, let's say, to greet them, the man always hates it.
Ah.
Hachiroku's stare turns from a blank one to an intent one.
I'm sure that would happen with you, Sotetsu-sama. I'm convinced.
It doesn't matter if you or anyone else goes. It seems that the subtleties between a man and a woman are complex.
Oh, is that so? It's too difficult for little Hachiroku here.
She giggles a bit, her cheerful self returning. This is a good trend. Even I'm starting to feel happier. Now, let's avoid that trouble and return to the rail shop. Stall back there.
Yes, I'll accompany you, Sotetsu-sama.
It's amazing how many people are here. As time passes, their numbers seem to be increasing. It's like a special event. Or, I think that may have been Hachiroku.
It's like a special event.
What event? Hachiroku's game becomes softer.
Turning the opening ceremony of a new line, or when an old train is retired, the platform is filled with train fans.
I see. So those kinds of events, So today isn't like that so-called railway event?
Huh? Oh, yes, you're right. Why did I... Well, I suppose...
Seems like I stepped on a landmine, or should I say stepped on a stone on the tracks. Hatrok was seemingly excited earlier, but now she's become instantly deflated.
Sotetsu-sama, it's Fukumae-sama.
Oh, that's nice. She's standing up straight. Fukuma's hands are moving deftly and smoothly. Commemorative tickets and original merchandise. She's more fitting as a shopkeeper than I could ever be.
I'm sure she's used to it from her work at the dock.
Yes. Speaking of which, there is a store at the dock too, though it's completely empty now. If she has been helping out at the store since when it was in its prime, then it's natural to think that's where she learned it.
Oh, hey!
Fukai notices us and waves, but then she suddenly shirks away in an embarrassed manner. You were great back there. I couldn't help but stare.
It's nothing. I'm just used to working.
Oh, so this is that Sotetsu Oni-san you've been talking about.
Grandpa Nagare.
Something large comes crawling out from under the long table. Overweight and with white hair, this old guy looks like Santa. He sure leaves a strong impression on you. It's been a while, Seki-san. Thank you for letting me ride the truck during the boating. Seki, nope, I'm Nagare. I don't know nothing about your boating thing either. Huh?
Grandpa, stop being so mean.
Mean? Oh, I see, it all connects. No wonder Hibiki said it was interesting. Fukumae-chan's grandfathers are twins. Seki-san and Nagare-san. No, that's not true. What?
I said stop being so mean.
I'm not being mean at all. Tap. Oh. That had a weird sound. A large and thick hand starts rubbing me on my head. I'm being treated like a complete child. How many years has it been? More than a decade for sure. Fukuma has been giving you trouble, huh? Let me know if you ever need anything. Oh, sure. I know more than the average guy when it comes to water and dirt. Thank you. Oops.
Heck.
Nagare-san picks up Fukumae like a doll and places her on his shoulder. After putting her there, he starts walking over to the platform heavy-footed. It's time for work. See you later, Sotetsu. Oh yes, later. That was overwhelming. I've never been on the receiving end of someone so assertive.
Work.
Hatroku's looking at his back. His thick, round, fleshy back. What's on, Hatroku?
No, I was wondering if he can hear it too.
Hear what? Oh my gosh, I definitely can hear it. Oh. I see. This is the typhoon. I don't know. The rumbling of the railway signals the return of Kia 07 has been heard by Hatroku already. Something's coming! Sounds like fun! It's the train. Mayor's back. There's one running. Let's go see. A large crowd of people begins to move, but it soon becomes quiet. We sure were left behind.
Left behind?
The place is now empty, and the stone storage is extremely large and is deserted. They must have all gone to see Paulette. Reverend Akai, Old Man Minakasa, and even Hibiki are gone.
Left behind.
Hatroku went straight for it, as if everything she had bottled up the whole time has been released. She hadn't gone near it the entire day. She goes in a straight line toward 8620. Hatroku calls out to 8620, to her partner that shares her name. Nah, it's more than her partner. It's her other half.
Is this how you felt, being holed up inside here the whole time?
8620 doesn't answer. All it does is expose its scars on its enormous body.
Ever since I broke you, you were left behind, here, all by yourself.
A single drop, which then turns into a torrent. Large teardrops fall to the floor.
And yet I
Placed my palm on Hatroka's small shoulder without saying anything. I leave it there until her shaking stops, until her tears dry.
Sotetsu-sama.
Hatroka speaks up before her shaking subsides.
I am a disgraceful railord. I've dealt irreparable scars to it, and to many other people.
Hatroka's fingers trace after the scars. She gently caresses the scrapes and dents on 8620.
And yet, I still thirst with desire. I've been touched by the smiles of the bustling crowd.
Hatroku shakes more violently. Her fierce pain and regret seem to reverberate in my scars too. Which is why I embraced her from behind. I hold her tightly, letting our scars trace each other's to suppress the pain.
I know what a disgrace it may be, but I cannot help but wish I want to return to the days before that.
I completely understand how she feels. I wished for the same thing countless times before. I wish that these scars never happened. I would do anything to return to the day before the accident.
I may cower in fear of the guilt, but I still desire it, to once more carry the smiles of the people.
You finally told me what you wanted.
Oh!
My fear, my pain. Hatroku's memory of the accident seems to draw blood from my old scars. That's why I still hold her close. I can do this. I can speak without having my voice shake. I am your owner. I've promised you this. I tell her once more what I have told myself countless times in the past. If you cannot overcome this, you can never save Ahatoya, Michiko. I will grant your wish.
Sotetsu-sama.
Her tiny hands hold mine. Hatroku grips my hand tightly as I hold her. I'll make you, Hatroku, run again. I'll make you and 8620 carry people and their smiles once more. That's right. This is my salvation. Once 8620 can reach Hinoi, Michiko may be able to get off of that train.
Thank you, Sotetsu-sama.
It's still too early for you to thank me. It's a large step forward, but only a single step in the right direction. This is only the midway point of the entire process. Let's run, Hatroku. To grant your wish and to achieve that, you must also run at full strength.
Yes, Sotetsu-sama. I'll run at full strength. It may seem disgraceful. It may seem shameful.
That's right. Even if it seems disgraceful or shameful. Till the day you can run no more and are forced to the ground. We must arrive at that final stop. Well, that event seemed to go well, for the most part.